Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to the summary lessons of week number 6. In this lesson, we will cover lecture number 11 and lecture number 12. Students, after studying the history of management, now we will start our new chapter, and this chapter is about planning. First of all, we will try to understand the concept of planning, what is planning, and then we will move forward. First of all, as we have already studied in first chapter and in first or second lecture, that planning involves two steps. Number one, setting of goals. Number two, setting the plans or strategies or policies to achieve the goals. So, first of all, set the goal and then make strategies and plans how to achieve the goal. So, ultimately, we can say that in planning, we get the answer of two questions. Number one, what to do, and number two, how to do. Number one, setting the goals. Number two, making strategies how to achieve the goals. So now we will come to the new question, that why do managers plan? What is the reason managers have to plan? So in order to answer this question, we will see and we will say that there are four reasons. There are four reasons to tell and to understand that managers need planning. First of all, we can say that planning provides directions. Okay, planning tells us the path. Planning tells us the roadmap. So, planning helps us in defining the roadmap and in defining the path. It tells us the direction towards the goal. Number two, it reduces uncertainties. If there is any uncertainty, our planning can reduce. In planning, we look ahead, we look in the future, we anticipate change. If any change is expected in future, we can anticipate, we can predict that change first. This will help us to reduce the uncertain situations in future. Number three, wastage and redundancies are minimized. Wastage means if we do not plan, we can make arrangements for many people. We can make arrangements for more than required. So our resources will get wasted. On the other hand, if we do not plan, we may get arrangement for less than required. For example, if we have to make arrangements for 50 people, and if we do not make plans and we make the plans of 70 people, it means that we have wastage. At the same time, if we have arrangement of 30 people but we had to make arrangement of 50 people, it means that we get shortage or redundancy of the products. So the third advantage of planning is that managers plan because of the fact that it reduces wastages and redundancy. And fourth and very interesting reason of managers doing planning is that it establishes goals and standards used in controlling. For this, let us go to the board. As students, as we know that we have four functions of management: planning, organizing, leading and controlling. So students, in planning we make goals and we set strategies to achieve the goal. Whenever we set goals for our employees, then we move to fourth stage, controlling, where we evaluate the performance of employees. So here we can say that planning can be used as standard which are used in controlling while performance evaluation. For example, if we set the goal for our employee to sell 30 mobiles in a month, then at the end of the month we will evaluate the performance. We will see actual performance where our employee has sold 25 mobiles. Then we will see expected performance. Expected performance means we will see the goal which we decided before the start of the month, or the standard that we set for him, and that was 30. So this standard and this expected performance or this goal will help us to evaluate the performance of employee, whether it is effective or whether it is not effective. So the fourth reason why managers plan is that it establishes goals or standard or expected performance which is used in controlling at the end. Planning and performance. Student, there is a positive relation between planning and performance. If we plan well, it means our performance will also be very good. If we do not plan, our performance will decline. So there is positive relationship. As soon as or as far as our planning is good, our performance will also be good. Now we will come to the goals and plans. As we have seen that there are two steps in planning: number one, setting goals; number two, developing plans. So goals are the desired outcomes and targets. This is something we have already studied. Plans means deciding how to achieve these goals. So let's come to the types of goals. There are two types of goals. Number one, stated goals. Number two, real goals. Stated goals are the goals which are informed or communicated with public which company wants their stakeholders should believe, or these are the statements which are basically only stated in organizations charter, in annual reports, public relation announcements, press releases, the goals which are set by the organizations. On the other hand, the real goals are the goals which are actually pursued by the organization. These are the goals which are stated by the companies, and these are the goals which are actually pursued by the organization. Unfortunately, we see many organizations, their stated goals are different and their real goals are different. It means they do not go for the goals which they state in general public, but their real goals are different from what they communicate to the public or to their stakeholders. Let's take an example which is written here, that a university may say that their goal is limiting class size. It means we will have minimum students per class, because we want to facilitate close student faculty relation. If there are minimize or minimum students in the class, then teacher may have a very close relationship with student for a very good understanding and knowledge, imparting of knowledge. But what happened here, when an organization states that it wants to limit the class size, facilitating close student faculty relation, and actively involving students in learning process, but then they put into 300 plus students lecture classes, knowing that real stated goals may differ. Important recognizing is different from a difference for recognizing what you might otherwise think are inconsistencies. So students, what they have done, they say that we will have limited class or 50 students in one class, but they put 300 plus students in one class. So it means putting 300 plus class is real goal, and wants to put 50 students in class is stated goal. So there is difference between the goals which we state and goals which we actually pursue. So now we will see the types of planning. So there are 4 pairs of planning: pair number 1, pair number 2, pair number 3, pair number 4. First pair is strategic and operational goal. Strategic goals are the goals which are set by the top level management, which covers overall organization and which is long term. In strategic goal, we give concept of the whole organization. This covers the whole organization or the entire organization or overall organization. On the other hand, operational goals are the goals which are set for a particular area, a particular unit of the organization, or a particular department of the organization. These are called operational areas, operational goals. So we have these different examples of the types of goals. Number 2, long-term plans, and short-term plans. Short-term plans. Long-term plans are the plans which are set for 3 years, 5 years, or more. But short-term plans are the plans or are the goals which you plan to achieve within 1 year. The goal which you set for 3 to 5 year or more than 3 to 5 year are long-term goals, and the goals which you can achieve within 1 year or 1 year or less, this is short-term goal. Specific goal and directional goal. Students, specific goals are the goals which removes any kind of unclear activity, any kind of ambiguity or any problem or any misunderstanding. It is 100% clear. Each and everything is clear in specific goals. Okay, for example, specific procedures of an activity, budget allocation, schedules of the activities. Whenever we schedule any activity, we give complete information of each activity, so there should be no room for any ambiguity. On the other hand, directional plans, these are flexible goals which do not have clear instruction of each activity, but it is only directional, or it is only for general guidelines. Single use plan and standing plan. Single use plan is the plan when any problem occurs once after a long time, and if the problem occurs once, then we have to find the solution of the problem once. So if any problem occurs for the first time or one time after a very long time, and we have to find the solution of the very specific problem, then we will say that this is single use plan, and this problem is not expected to occur again and again and again. So that's why, since this problem is not expected to occur again and again, we will not have to make plans again and again. That's why this is called single use plan. Standing plans means the problems which we think may occur again and again, then we make standing plans which will definitely occur again and again. So as the problems will occur again, then we'll have to find the solutions again. So this is called standing plans. Okay ji. So students, this was all from week number 6. Inshallah, we will see you again with week number 7 and other summary lectures. I hope you have understood. Till next video, goodbye and Allah Hafiz.